Hello, everyone. This is the spring review summary recording for TimePro. And we have the dev team here with Cookie as the stakeholder. Let's get into the spring review. We have two spring goals, and one of them is done. We have made UI improvements based on Adam's feedback on the tenant provisioning video. And we are still working on the Azure function, and we will talk about that later. This is a 2-week sprint. And for time spent, it's mostly me and Geoffrey doing the dev work, and Cookie helped with the architecturing solution review.
And just bear in mind that the values here represent almost 5 man days.
5 man days.
So it's for 2 weeks. So it's not a big sprint in terms of capacity.
Yes. And for the backlog, first of all, we have done the recording of the tenant provisioning v3 thanks to Geoffrey. And we have done a UI change deployment. The actual development was done last spring. And we have
just about the video, sorry. I know you, just to be quick, give an update. So the video was test passed by Mehmet and Mike, and I'll try to get Adam to review it, and I'll keep trying, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so we have also done the UI improvement for the video feedback, and let me show you real quick. So the main change are around the provisioning page here. We have added the big browning here. And also we have made the form narrower and center in the page. And also we improved the label. We have removed unnecessary label and improved the text of this button. So right now the whole page looks a lot better than previous. And also we have made change to the post provision page here. This is the page where when the user created the new tenant, and this page shows the user that the provisioning is in progress. So the changes are similar. We have added a big browning here. We have narrowed a narrower card here. And also we have better indent and format on the paragraphs. And there's also a small piece of UI change here on Dynamics 365 integration page. We have added a small icon on the sync button. So this is this PBI. And the next one is also a deployment of the development done on the last sprint, which is to have better model UI on the easy leave page. And the next one here is for adding the page view telemetry on the front end. This was also done on the last sprint, and we made the deployment to production this sprint. So this one is to have telemetry data so we can get usages on each of the menu page. The next two done here are for the unbilling feature, and we have added the unbilling fields to CRM, and we also have implemented a way to synchronize that unbilling fields from CRM to TimePro. So these are on production already. So the rest are still in progress. The biggest among them are the Azure function. We're still waiting for clarifying the Word document, which is for the architecture solution. So here is the PBI for the Word doc review. We need approval from 2 senior solution architects, and we got helpful feedback from Cookie. And then we need more feedback from the other senior. So the last one is to have a shared component for all the models in TimePro. This has been worked on by Sam M, and he raised the PR and is still in review. So that's the backlog. Do you have any questions, guys? All good?
No, I just think that you hit pretty much your capacity, given that you had 5 man days. So I would say that's pretty good, right? You guys got through almost exactly the right amount of work for the time you had.
Yeah, we tried our best. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, continue to suggested timesheet usage. We have 3% more suggested timesheet usage, and we have 2% more automatic timesheet usage, which is good. The sprint burn down looks like this. We tackled around half of the PBIs. And there were 2 successful production deployments in this sprint. And there are no code coverage changes for both front end and back end because we didn't make many code changes. And the build pipeline health looks perfect. We have 100 pass rate for both front end and back end. The application health looks also good. The state of epics, we have a lot of progress on the UI epic, which brings us from 67% to 83%. However, we didn't have much progress on the other 2 epics, the China tenant and cross-billing. So for R&D, we are still doing investigation on cross-tenant billing feature architecture. And for AI usage, I'm using Copilot with GPT-5, DeepSeek, Cloud, and Yakshiver. Geoffrey is using Cursor with Sonnet 4.5 and GPT-5, and ChatGPT-5 and Yakshiver. The Copilot stats, we didn't get the stats, and we will get the stats from Adam after this summary. For Yakshiver usage, we have 80.9%, which is a little bit less than the last sprint.
Do you want to take over for the retro, Jim?
Yeah, that's all the review. And Geoffrey, I will hand it over to you for retro.
Yeah, no worries. So in the retro, we covered a few went well. The first one is the chat I had with Cookie this morning, which was very helpful. We went through the plan for the on-billing feature, and now it's becoming clearer. So I think this was actually a great conversation. The second one is Michael raising the UI changes look good. So this was discussed earlier. So all the changes Jim mentioned. Jim enjoyed the video I recorded for him. So the V3 about the creating tenants in TimePro. Still waiting for Adam's test pass. And the last one was from Michael and Luke. So mentioning that the on-billing docs look better now and we've made progress. And this is good that the team is working hard on solution planning. This was because it's been a while that we work on this feature, but we understand now that the reason is that it wasn't planned properly. So we're just putting more effort in this before we finish off the implementation. Now, in terms of didn't go well, I mentioned that I found a few bugs when recording the video. So I created a new tenant and figured that there was a few things that didn't go well. So I shared them with Jim, and we're going to try to fix them as soon as possible. And the second one is that Jim had client work, which wasn't foreseen until the day. So yeah, we're lacking a bit of vision or visibility, maybe, every sprint to know the capacity of everyone.
Yeah, and that kind of leads us nicely into the suggestions. So, you know, there's been sort of an ongoing disparity between the expectations of the sprint and the actual deliverables. A lot of that is because the devs are being pulled away to do, you know, tasks unrelated to TimePro, and also just because a lot of these PBIs tend to become much larger than what they're first expected to be. Some of this is because, you know, for instance, videos may require a significant rework or additional work. It might just be because, say, things like the on-billing tend to just snowball in a lot of unknowns and questions and whatever the more you investigate. So a couple of things that we thought would be useful to the stakeholders is to actually measure that. So what we're suggesting for next sprint and for future sprints is to have, for every PBI, the estimated amount of effort, and then during sprint review, we'll be able to show the actual effort. So that will show us, I guess, where that disparity is for each specific PBI. You'll see that, oh, okay, we thought this was a 4, turned out it was actually a 16 after all, right? So it'll just kind of go to sort of show some transparency around that. And then the same thing for the actual capacity. So we're now going to say, okay, at the beginning of the sprint, we think that we have this much capacity, but then was. So hopefully that will shine a bit more of a light on, hey, Jeffrey was meant to be on this for like 4 days or 5 days this sprint, but it turns out he only got 2 days on TimePro for this entire sprint. And we just kind of want to be able to show that to people. So we'll be tracking that going forward.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
So
back to you, Jim. Or
you
Jeffrey.
want to finish off with the forecast? Oh, it's
Cool.
okay. I'll leave it to
Okay.
Jim.
Jump to the forecast here. So for the next spring, we will focus on tackle the word doc questions. So that is to prepare for the Azure function development. So that will be our next spring goal. It will be a 1-week sprint, and here is the PBIs.
I would change it to
for
4
next-
days, Jim, just because it's actually shorter than a week. It's 4 days.
Yes.
Yeah, just to make it clear.
Yeah, because the spring review is pushed to the Monday, so we only have 4 days for the next spring review.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah,
so the current sprint review is on Monday, but the next sprint review is on Friday, same week.
yeah, still on Friday.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah, as normal. So here is the spring goal bolded. And yeah, and also we need more. We need this Copilot stats from Adam after this recording. Okay,
So we won't send the email until we get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Excellent, guys.
So
Thank you, Jim.
This recording will be uploaded to YouTube, and thanks for watching. Bye.
See you next time.
Thank you.